Hey there, Python programmers. In today's video, we're going to talk about class attributes, or variables, so to speak. So far we've made really instance variable or attributes in our constructor, self.color, self.age, self.name, self.toys. Those are all instance attributes or variables. In other words, when we make a brand new instance, like we've been doing here, blue, Patch, and Fifi, all instances of cats. Each one of them has those attributes. But there's another place where we can store variables or attributes if we want, and that's actually on the class level itself. So it's honestly very easy to create one. It's really more important for us to talk about why we might want to create one and the benefits of it. For this particular cat class, we're going to start off by creating a tree. And notice we do not need self. We just want to pick a variable name and then set it to something. So why might we want to do something with this? Well, it's attached to the cat. So what we're going to talk about here, starting to get to inheritance for us as well. And again, that's something we're going to talk about in a future lesson where we can have one class inherit from another. So in this particular instance, breed exists on the class overall. So if we want to know what the breed is, we can come down here and we can print cat breed. Got to be uppercase because again, it exists on the class. Python 03. And we see it prints out American Shorthair. So while it exists on the class, our instances can access it. So if we print blue.read, and while we're at it, let's print patch.read, and let's see what we get from that. We see that each one of them also has a breed of American Shorthair. So what happens when we call it on the class is obviously we see it's defined right here, simple to access. But when we try to have blue.breed, what's going to happen is first Python is going to look to see if the instance has any type of attribute or variable on it named breed. And we see it doesn't. So what it can then do is look up to these class attributes. It's like these are kind of a higher level than the ones for an instance. If we think about back to when we did our function scoping and how you could have a variable in the global layer and then again, new scope inside methods or functions, but if a variable wasn't there, it could look up and find it. So that's what happened right here when we printed blue.breed or blue.patch. When we print blue.breed, again, it looks, doesn't find it here, but it finds it here. Now, why this could be helpful is, let's say we made 1,000 cats and we want to change the breed on them. Well, if we've stored it on the class level, we only have to do it in one place. So we could do something like cat.breed equals, maybe we're going to change it to American long. So we are only changing it in one place. Let's go ahead and we'll print all of them after the fact. Our code, and we see that in each instance, cat.breed, blue.breed, patch.breed, they've all now changed to long hair. So again, that could be really useful that we can change it for multiple classes all at once. This isn't something you'd ever put on a cat, but maybe if you were making items, you were making bike items and you wanted to sell them. Well, you could keep the price of those bikes on the class level. And then if you wanted to raise the price of all your bikes, you would only have to do it one time. So again, really helpful to be able to store this on the entire class instead of just the instances. Now, we can choose to overwrite that. So what we could now do is we could do something like blue dot breed equals feisty ninja. That's not really an official breed, but if you knew Blue, that is very much his mantra. So now let's check out what happened here. We're going to give it a run one more time. And what we see is we only change the breed of Blue, right? Okay, right here we set Blue's breed equal to something. We printed all the breeds. We see that the cat breed is still American Longhair and Patch's breed hasn't happened. So kind of what happened behind the scenes is when we set Blue Dot Breed equal to Feisty Ninja Cat, what we really did is did something like this. It created an instance attribute of breed on Blueberry. And now when we go ahead and try to print that, what happens only for Blue, trying to print Blue dot breed, is it's going to look in the instance attributes first, and it found it here, so it went with that one. Again, if it didn't find it here, it would then look up to the class level attribute or variable. And that's what we see still is happening with Patch because we again only set Blue's breed specific. So on the class, it stayed the same. And then also on the instance of Patch, it did not change. Again, class attributes can be really helpful. It's a way to have, a broader variable or information stored on the entire class. Hope you enjoyed this lecture, and I'll see you again in the next one. We still have quite a few more on our class syntax.